Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, episode 11, A Midwinter's Tale. So basically, obviously they released 10 episodes before, and that was kind of made out to be the season 1. And then they basically came out later and said that there was going to be a special Christmas episode. I read a few articles, and in some of the articles it kind of said it was a one-off kind of episode that's supposed to be supposedly separate to the season, but somehow kind of linked into it. But obviously watching it, everyone knows it's kind of just like almost like a prequel to season 1. So yeah, I'm just going to do a little summary of the season. I'm going to do a little rating, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. So just a little recap. So it's set at Christmas and then their satanic holiday solstice. I don't know how you say it. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but just ignore that. Starts off at a flashback of Christmas of young Sabrina and a young Susie, and they go to Santa's grotto or something of that sort, and they ask Santa what they want for Christmas, and Sabrina's like, I want to see my mum, and Susie just asks for a track or something. So that kind of sets the scene when it flashes back to the present day. Obviously it's Christmas. Sabrina's still thinking about her mum and how she saw her in limbo, and how she kind of gave her like a warning message, basically telling her that she was unsafe. So she wants to kind of talk to her, see what that's about. And obviously, apparently, if you're in limbo, you haven't passed on. So that means there's like unfinished business. So she wants to find out what it is so her mum can pass over. Update on the baby that Zelda, aka kidnapped / lied to Miss Blackwood about. She named her Letitia, and yeah, they're raising her, and they're basically claiming that she's some long-lost cousin that has been given to them to bring up. And then we're back to Sabrina again, and again she's still kind of thinking about her mum. So then she goes to Miss Wardwell, aka who we now know is Madame Satan, for help and asks for the Book of the Dead, and she basically wants to do a seance so she can speak to her mother. Or the ghost of her mother, or wherever she is in limbo, try and contact her through there. And obviously Miss Wardwell's all but happy to help, but she's trying to like meddle within that as well, because she doesn't want Sabrina to know too much, kind of thing, so that the devil can get to work on her. She asks Susie and Raz for help. Susie's busy doing this alpha job, which I'll get onto later, and Raz basically makes an excuse that she has cousins around, but you know, Raz's dad is the minister and stuff, and she's still not like, you know, totally 100 with Sabrina being a witch, you know. They both basically tell her they can't do it, so then she goes to the witches, Prudence and the orphan sisters, for help. So they do the seance, and they manage to contact Sabrina's mum. She comes up in her wedding dress, and basically they don't really get much out of her, because obviously Miss Baldwell's doing her meddling on the side, and she basically reiterates that she doesn't think that she's safe, and then like other spirits kind of trickle in, and yeah, then it's kind of cut off, and we don't really know what she kind of means at that point through the seance, because I guess Miss Baldwell worked her magic and kind of broke the protection that was over their house. So some kind of like demon / spirit children have come and wreaked havoc upon them, and basically to get them out they have to make a deal with their mother. They basically try and fob her off, but then she hears the baby crying, and then she asks for the baby, and then they basically trick her into thinking that she has the baby, so she goes off with a teddy bear, and basically they just defeat her. Like, we kind of knew they already were. Susie's like working as an elf at the Santa grotto, and Santa's like acting really weird, and at first I thought, you know, maybe Santa had a thing for children, if we know what I mean, and then it turns out he's just like this like Christmas witch demon who basically takes who he deems as beautiful children and basically preserves them in wax. Yeah. So Susie gets kidnapped by him. Raz basically has like a vision when she goes to search out for where Susie is, because obviously her dad's looking for her, and basically, has the premonition that the Santa guy is this like evil guy. And then basically they bring back the witch/demon who they tricked to come and save Susie. At the end of that, Zelda basically decides that the baby will be safer with away from the family, so she has decided to give Letitia to one of her other aunties to raise her, basically, so she's a bit more safer. Sabrina finally hashes out everything with her mother's spirit, and basically the reason why her mum said that she wasn't safe is because she didn't trust Zelda and the witches to look after her, but now that she sees that she's well looked after and loved, she can pass over now. And she basically asks her for advice about, dating Harvey, who is of course immortal, and she basically tells her to go for it. So then she's ready to reunite with Harvey, and basically for Christmas, Sabrina gave him some like pencils, because obviously he likes to draw, that were enchanted, so they would never finish basically. And Harvey basically says that his dad was drinking all the time, so she basically gives him this enchanted eggnog, which basically cures him of his alcoholism. Basically Harvey's just being a little bitch, and basically says that he doesn't want her doing any magic around her or around his family after Tommy, which is understandable, but I still feel like he was being a little bitch. So I guess Sabrina kind of takes that as, he doesn't really want her, isn't comfortable with her being a witch. I think that's what she translated it as, because obviously he comes from a family of witch hunters. So obviously now it's kind of like, are they going to get back together? Are they not? What's going to happen next season? How we do. I kind of have speculations about what's going to happen next season, but I'll talk to you about that at the end. So yeah, that's kind of how the episode ends. So overall, I think there was a lot going on in the episode. I think there was too many things going on. I feel like the Susie storyline was very rushed and unnecessary, because it was like, okay, she gets kidnapped and then they send someone to save her. Like there was not really any suspense. Like they didn't have like Susie trying to escape and then he catches her again, or like he's dangling her above the wax cauldron. Like there was none of that, so it kind of felt like it was very rushed. I feel like that could have been executed a lot more, and just the storyline of the Stolcis and the seance and all of this stuff, like there was a lot going on, and then obviously they had the seance went on, and then the other spirits came, and then they had to get rid of those spirits. It was just a lot going on. I feel like they could have literally just based it around Sabrina and her mother. I feel like when you try, and I feel like this is because obviously it's the same people that were at Riverdale, and everyone who watches Riverdale knows that what they do with their storylines, like it's really good at the beginning and then they just spoil it with putting way too much into it, and I feel like that was what happened today. So I feel like, yeah, it was a good watch. Obviously I'm invested in the series now. I've watched all of the 10 episodes of season 1, so I'm invested, so I was always going to watch it. But would I say it was a good episode? I feel like it was like, it kind of felt like a filler episode, even though the season's already done. It felt like a filler, so it was kind of an average episode. So I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5. And I kind of felt like it was kind of meant to be in season 2. I feel like trying to make it out to be this special one-off thing episode that we should, be looking out for. I feel like they should have just made it an episode in season 2, or made it the opening in season 2, because I feel like with the people who are writing it, episode 1 is always slow anyway, so it would have been a good first episode, if you get what I mean. So yeah, so then after it I did watch the trailer for season 2, which again looks interesting. Obviously it's kind of like, what's going to happen next for Harvey and Sabrina. Is she going to get with Nick, because Nick's showing interest in her? And I feel like I don't know, I kind of watched bits of the other live action Sabrina, but I do believe there was a sting where she had to pick between two boys and she ended up picking Harvey, which we all know is probably going to happen. But I am excited for season 2. What I do like about it is because they never leave you too long without seeing stuff. It's not like Game of Thrones where you're literally waiting an eternity for the next season. They're quite good with how they place things. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for season 2. I think it was kind of supposed to be, but I just don't think... I think they should have just either clumped it together or left it for season 2. I think it was a bit of a tease, just putting it out to be this like amazing thing. So yeah, I think it's quite an average episode. I don't think it was that special of an episode to make it into such a big thing. I think that I should have put it... I think they should have put it as season 2 rather than marketing it as this one-off finale. Or let me know what your predictions are for season 2 in the comments, and let me know what you thought about this episode. Did you love it? Was it lukewarm? Did you think it was pointless? Let me know. So yeah guys, that's the end of my video. Thank you for tuning in. I'm literally on 123 subscribers and my next goal is to get to 130 subscribers. So if you could just take the time to subscribe to my channel, I'd be really grateful. Thank you guys, bye!